This is for Racers Only TV.
All right, here we are at the Texas Motor Speedway as we get ready for racing here in the Truck Series. And by Outlaw Motorsports, Chris Gallup here in the booth with you, and being joined again this week by Brett Pancari, who, again, driver in the Jonathan Taylor Thomas Series that you normally see racing. Not racing tonight here at the Texas Motor Speedway. But, Brett, we appreciate you joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks again, Scala, for 167 laps here at Texas. Driving line going to be pretty important here, but we'll see how it goes here tonight.
It should be a fun one. Should be a fun one here. We're going to talk to the drivers, and we'll introduce you to the in-race reporter. Hang on one second, boys. Hey, drivers, here we go. 167 laps, 250 miles, 400 kilometers, however you want to measure it. I don't care, but get ready for some fun racing here at Texas. Thanks to Nick Carresso for sponsoring the race. Going to go 167 laps. Again, start on green leader. And you must start every start and restart on green. Make sure you do enter on the backstretch. You do have lean choice of your own. And also a reminder that next week we had decided to take the week off instead of filling in for Gateway. So just be aware that next week's truck race will not happen. We'll come back in 2 weeks. So wish you guys best of luck tonight, 250 miles. Be safe, keep it clean, and good luck. All right, let's take a look at our starting lineup for this evening. Going to have a pretty good size of trucks here. Tonight, David Shutt actually winning the pole here with a 30.308. He outruns Derek Bordeaux, who will start in the second position. Justin Gable going to start third. Nick Carresso fourth. Aaron Davis going to be your top five. Jordan Malish, Bobby Cheney, Mr. Beach, Jason Garrett, Darren Moyer your top 10. Carl Graves making his USRC debut tonight, going to be starting in the 11th position. Marcus Richardson 12th, Richard Schwint 13th, Spalding 14th, Kevin Kress 15th, McFarland 16th, Yates 17th, O'Brien 18th, and Pop's going to start 19th. So a very, very big field here in what Carresso is calling a drug-free 250. So I'm totally fine with that. Drug-free 250 or 400K, what is normally what it is in the Truck Series. It should be a fun one here, Brett.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic. It is a speed track, but it's also a track of being able to follow the correct driving lane. As you see the field come through, there's a black seam you're going to see where David Shutt is in turn 1 and 2. You got to stay on that, below that seam. Otherwise, if you get on that high side, that wall in turn 2 is going to come and bite you. So it's more about driving line and not getting on the throttle too quickly here. That'll be kind of the keys to surviving out here.
Derek Bordeaux, Chris Scala in the booth. Get a copy.
Yeah, 10-4.
Well, Derek, I know you got a green flag coming in real shortly. You're going to be the in-race reporter tonight. Talk about how you're feeling about your truck tonight.
It's pretty good. I kind of like the setup. It's kind of loose, and I like loose sets. So, yeah, we'll try to do keep it off the wall. Mostly the biggest thing here. And try not going. All right, so we're going green here, so 10-4.
All right, good luck, boys. All right, here we go. Brett, the pace car going to pull off again. 167 laps tonight, 250 miles, a drug-free 250 as we're about to go racing at Texas. Green flag is out. Who's going to shoot the guns tonight? Right off the bat, David Shutt with a pretty good sizable lead. Justin Gable going to move to the second position here as they come off turn 4. Lap number 1 going to be in the books as Aaron Davis goes for third. Side by side back here, Bordeaux having some blinking issues. That killed him Tuesday night too.
Yeah, and Bordeaux's hoping that connection doesn't mess him up again here. That's for sure.
Yeah, that ended up messing him up. He ended up being wrecked out on lap number 5 of that race at Charlotte earlier this week. Meanwhile, look up here at the front. There's some good racing going on. Aaron Davis battling with Bordeaux. Here comes Bobby Cheney, the 99 to the bottom. Carresso coming into 13. Bordeaux going backwards really quick. As already 2 laps on the board. I believe Marcus Richardson actually started in the back tonight and didn't qualify. That was definitely a interesting decision there on his part.
Yeah, it's like just 2 weeks in a row in this series where Richardson...
Oh, Bordeaux loose. Saved it.
As Bordeaux does save it. Richardson, yeah, he started the back. I think just more making it... I think he's trying to give himself a bigger challenge.
Well, not a bad decision. He's only won the most races so far in the season. As you see Darren Moyer get loose up there into the wall. Almost some contact with Beach. Marcus going to go by. Jordan Malish going to go by. Now Marcus going to dive underneath Mr. Beach. 4 positions. So Marcus working his way up through this field.
Looking through like the hammerhead shark he always is as always. As Richardson does move up ahead of Mr. Beach. And as you see now, Cheney, just got by Gable, and also Carezzo got by Gable. As I said, this is technically a 1-groove racetrack for the most part. You guys stay below the seams in the corners. If you're staying up high, like here's an example where Gable is, you get outside that black seam, and you don't manage to get it back, that wall in turn 2 is going to come up and bite you. You have to almost get off the gas to not slam the wall.
Either that or you get a push loose. Your back end will come around from trying to cut the wheel so far to the left, and all of a sudden you're inside wall instead of the outside wall. So you pick the choice what you want to do. Already 5 laps in the book. David Schutz led them all from the pole. That 24 truck with a pretty good sizable lead. Bobby Cheney's worked his way to second. Aaron Davis to third. Caressa to fourth. Jason Garrett, your top 5 here at the Great American Speedway, the Texas Motor Speedway. As, again, good green flag run shaping up here for us. We've had some good green flag runs last week at Dover. Only 2 cautions, which really caught me off guard. I thought we'd have more, and we didn't. And, again, Texas looking like another one of those races.
Well, Texas is a little bit wider than Dover, and it isn't quite like a funnel effect, and less wrecks occur here at Texas. The only spot for potential wrecks will probably be out of turn 2 if someone makes that mistake and gets in the wall, because you're going to slide down in front of the field.
Yeah, and that's the one thing about the back straight we got to be careful of. It is very narrow back there. That wall comes up and bites you, and then you got that inside wall that's ready to eat you too. And we've seen plenty of multi-truck wrecks in the races here in iRacing on that back straightaway.
Jason Garrett's stuck on the high side right now as Bordeaux and Richardson are about to go by him for 5th and potentially 6th. As Murchison goes by, now he's going to set his sights on Bordeaux. Oh, the outside pole center still falling backwards. Richardson going to go by, and now Gary going to try the same thing on the inside. Now 2.
Oh, there goes Hoban!
Almost got in the beat. He goes by. Now Gable goes by. Bordeaux really struggling out here at Texas so far.
He mentioned earlier that Texas, one of his favorite tracks. He felt the setup was really good, and unfortunately that truck doesn't look like it's driving too well right now, so he's probably yelling at his pit crew right now about what'd you leave in my truck. And definitely going to work on that when that first pit stop gets here, whatever it does. But right now, Beach underneath Jason Garrett, 4th position. Move Beach up a spot. He'll move up to the 6th position as he gets around Garrett.
We got a battle brewing for the number 2 spot. Bobby Cheney has slipped up high. Here comes Aaron Davis on the inside. He's going to bring Nick Caressel, the man with his catchphrase, hit somebody. He will go to the inside. Might have Cheney for the number 3 spot. As Cheney drifted up, and he'll let him go, and he'll get back in line. Nice to go through 1 and 2.
Caressel with a very interesting paint scheme there. The Race Clean truck on the front of it, I believe it says drug-free.
Straight edge,
drug-free, race clean there on the truck. So, interesting phrase there. Obviously, I'm thinking that's in reference of obviously the news that broke out yesterday with the Tony Stewart deal, and of course Tony being cleared of any not any wrongdoing, but clean of any malicious act, I guess would be the right way to word it, for a lack of a better way of putting it, with the incident with Kevin Ward. So that's probably what that is, and obviously the news of Kevin, unfortunately, being under the substance of marijuana apparently during that race.
Yeah, apparently so, but it's still a tough tragedy either way, and at least now I guess we can move on from all this and focus back on the racing world.
Exactly right. Well, David Shutt, your leader. Aaron Davis about 2 seconds behind right now. Bobby Cheney in third. Carresso, Marcus Richardson, your top 5. Beach in 6th. Gable, Malish, Garrett, Bordeaux, your top 10 with Moyer, Spalding, Carl Graves back there in the 93. Yates, McFarland, Schwint, Pops, Kress, and O'Brien. Your 19 cars right now on the track, or trucks, I should say, here at lap number 13. Battle in for 4th. Here comes Marcus to the bottom. Going to go past that 13 and up to the 4th position goes your point leader.
And pretty much making everyone sweat bullets once again as Richardson looks to win more races and look like Jeff Gordon from 1998, where he just basically wiped the floor with the field in that season.
Kevin Kress on pit road in the 37, unscheduled pit stop there. And the 73 off the pace of Garrett. He's down at, oh, he's wrecking right up into McFarland. And Pops drove McFarland. What just happened? Garrett was way down on the apron. Caution number 1 on the track in a very weird incident.
I didn't catch it either.
Well, I saw Garrett on the apron. All of a sudden his truck went right.
Well, actually, going back here, he got loose on the front straightaway. He was in front of Bordeaux. He cut for the grass, through the pits, and he's looking okay. He's okay so far. Oh, and he lost control on the apron. He just lost control. The truck got away from him because it's slick on that apron, and when you come out of the turn 2, you're on the apron, and Garrett lost control, and an unfortunate end for Pops and McFarland.
Pops tries to lock it down, not able to, and bam, slams into McFarland. And I can tell you right now, McFarland gonna go behind the wall. Garrett or Pop's gonna go behind the wall. He's done. He's probably not a happy camper right now, and all the leaders are on pit road. So let's move ahead and get to the pit stops here. Leaders are in.
Should be 4 tires for the most part. 16 laps into a run.
Interesting turn of events. Oh, I thought Marcus had stayed out. As all of a sudden his position here turned yellow on here. So race going to be won by David Shutt off pit road. Marcus going to come out in the back for some reason.
Wondered if he had any damage, or he just decided to. Well, the only thing I think he must have had some sort of little damage or something.
He might have waited or something too in the pit, something there, but he pitted for 4th and all the way to the back. Yeah, he entered pit road. Everything was fine. As we watch him here. As he enters his pit stall. He's good to go. Let's see what. Oh, he had to adjust something because he jumps out of his truck and is going to get back in his truck. That would be explained why it looked like he stayed out. So that makes sense.
Maybe something on his wheel setup or something else.
I'm going to go back to racing here after caution number 1. Going to wrap up here. 3-truck wreck. Jason Garrett, Pops, and Douglas McFarland. Unfortunately, Garrett just losing it down on the apron. Right back up into McFarland, and Pops getting into McFarland himself. Kevin Kress already taking his truck behind the wall, so 3 guys out of the race here early, it appears.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what happened to Kress, but it's more of an unfortunate deal for Garrett, Pops, and McFarland. Especially Garrett, he has to feel really, really bad about what just happened in there, because that was just a weird, unfortunate event.
Yeah, tough break there. Appreciate the viewers watching us tonight. Got a few out here watching us. Hopefully you're enjoying the truck race here from Texas and oh, it is that time, boys. We get to do it tonight here in Texas. Let's go wide open, Texas style. And you know we always do it big at Texas.
Crank the audio, let's break some glass.
You see the battle there. David Shutt under attack. Aaron Davis in that 32 going to make a run at him. Cheney under attack from Beach, and a battle back here for 5th. Carreso inside of Gable.
Gable falling back a little bit. He may have scraped the wall at turn 2 earlier in the run. And actually, while we were going wide open, Kevin O'Brien, he got extremely loose out of turn 2. He almost clobbered the inside wall, but he saved it. But he's now 11 seconds behind the leaders.
Yeah, tough break there as you see some great racing going on. I actually got a text from Pops. He's not happy. Let's put it like that.
Put it light.
There's a few stars in here. We'll just put it like that.
Something like that.
Nice way of censoring. But Shutt leading every lap so far, the first 21. Pops on pit road, as I mentioned, he's getting that truck fixed. Shutt gets loose. Here comes Davis. A good run down the back straightaway. Not going to be enough to get there, but at least he's going to make up some good ground here and put some pressure on that 24.
That is the one issue on the short runs out of turn 2 here. I tell you, that back is going to come around, especially because mostly here, the guys are almost on the throttle pretty much. Not the whole time out of course. You let off early in the corner, but you're on the throttle pretty well full tilt around turn 2, and you mess up your line. If you come out too high out of turn 2, that thing's going to jump out, especially on the short runs. Long runs, not too bad.
And you see Beach and Cheney battling each other back here for that 3rd position. Beach got by him. Cheney crossed him back over now on the inside here. Good battle here between the champ, Bobby Cheney, and Mr. Beach.
Carreso going to try and get underneath him. Oh, Beach in the wall. And he's grinding a little bit, and he's going to lose part of his right front and also the 4th spot.
Tough break there for Senor Beach. Yes, that is Spanish and French all in one. And we got a battle for the lead. Aaron Davis as Gable's in the grass. Let me know what happens there, but Aaron Davis underneath the David Shutt here, the 32. He's got him. Aaron, no, he got loose, slides up there, and Aaron Davis to the front.
Gable almost pulled a Garrett out of turn 2. He was on the apron. He almost lost it the same way, but he did save it. He is back on the track now behind Kevin Spaulding thing now. So he's going to be on his back.
Well, good save by Gable in the end. And you see Bobby Cheney now up to 3rd, Carreso 4th, Mr. Beach in the 5th position. Now, talk about last week a little bit. Last week, David Shutt, of course, crossing the line first after lap 200. But after going in there and Pops and I sat down and talked for a little bit, we tried to figure out what options we had because it's not often that you have a situation where a bunch of trucks drop out at one time. I mean, if one truck drops at one time, okay, those kind of things happen depending on the internet. But this is one of those deals where iRacing dropped out and a bunch of trucks went with it. And because of that, we chose to stop the race and go back to the lap where everybody blinked out, which was lap 186. And at that point, Marcus Richardson was the leader, and that's what we ended up doing. Marcus Richardson winning that race. David Shutt ended up finishing second, and then Bobby Cheney third. Is a tough call, something that we had to think about, and obviously we knew on either end nobody was going to be happy. But we felt it was the best call that had to be made, and that's what we did. And so with that said, Marcus Richardson winning last week at Dover, and Marcus looking to work his way back up here through the field, and that's one thing that...
Oh! Trouble! Darren Moyer just went for the grass. He got annihilated by Richard Schwinn. Sorry to cut you off, but I just saw Moyer cut for the grass on the front straightaway, and kapow goes Schwinn.
Yeah, you see Moyer scraping the wall on the outside of Marcus. He gets loose, and instead of hitting Marcus, goes spinning into the wall. And let's see here. You see Yates going to go by. Schwindt's going to try to go high, and here comes Moyer, and bam. Yep, there's the T-bone. Nice job by the 93 to check up. And I didn't see Schwindt's engine blow, so I think Schwindt might be okay just with heavy damage, obviously, and he almost kills a couple pit crew members. And I say that as David Shutt falls through. Now, how ironic is that?
I would say karma, but I don't know if I would call that karma.
No, because David didn't do anything wrong in that situation last week. That's just a tough break. Hopefully he can get back in here and get those laps back. Plenty of racing to go here as we are on lap 29, the second caution out on the track. David make that Darren Moyer spinning out, and then, of course, taking, unfortunately, Richard Schwindt with him.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where I think Moyer did what he could to not hit Richardson as the leaders come on pit road. But it was also tough for him to tell where that truck was going to go, and just unfortunately on Schwindt's part to, well, pretty much slam him.
And look at everybody scramble everywhere for pit stops here. Marcus, Cheney, Bobby, let's see, Cressel, Marcus, everybody into their pit stalls here.
I wouldn't think I see anyone take 2 tires at this point. Wait, it's still too early, so I think it was going to take 4, it looks like.
We could always experiment, but yeah, I think it's still early to do so. Race off pit road. Marcus gets a good hole shot. Going to be Caressa winning the race off pit road. Davis second, Marcus going up to third. Caution number 2 on the track here at lap number 30.
As we are under our second, y'all, there are a couple of things about today's race here at Texas. As well, since I stated, Aaron Davis is coming back down pit road. Must have got a speeding penalty. But fuel mileage here, it sounded like from the drivers around 50 to 55 laps. That's if we get a long green flag run. And some drivers were saying you can actually make up distance on longer runs if you save your tires well enough, especially the right front ones, because if you try too hard to stay on that below that seam in turn 1 and 2, and you may wear that right front out, that truck gonna get tight, and then you're gonna start drifting up, and then all kinds of problems could happen.
It's a great way to put it, and anything can happen in that kind of situation. So you just gotta. Texas is all about taking care of your stuff, and if you're one who likes to race aggressively, that could easily not happen. If you're one who, races patiently, I think of obviously a Bobby Cheney, for instance. That could be his kind of race. You see Moyer on pit road cooking some s'mores or something there. You see David Shutt has made it back into the race. Not sure how many laps down he's going to be in the end, but good to see him back in there as we will get one to green.
Right now, he's currently 4 laps down. He just went back on pit road, so it's going to be tough for Shutt to get back up to the lead lap, but if the yellows fall his way, it might.
He's definitely got the speed to do it in that 24 truck. We'll have to see what happens here as we get ready to go back to racing. And it's going to be lap number 33. Nick Caressel going to be the leader. Marcus Richardson second. Bobby Cheney third. Derek Bordeaux going to restart fourth. And it looks like the 10 of Justin Gable going to be your top 5. Here you go, pace car going to pull off. We'll go back to racing. Lap number 33, 134 laps to go, 200 miles. We are 50 miles into this race, and we're back to racing here at Texas. One truck way up the track.
I think that was Aaron Davis. I think he's coming in to serve another black flag. And now here he comes.
As Bobby Cheney going to battle Marcus for the second position. Bordeaux coming up on the 2. Looking to make a run here as Bobby gets by him as Caressel tries to get away in that race clean truck. Beach, there's Jordan Malish, David Shutt. All lined up single file here as they come off turn 4. Marcus in a tight squeeze here with Bobby. He's trying to get that run off of 4. Aaron Davis serves his black flag, gets back out there. He's going to come out in about the 12th position as Kevin Spaulding also coming off pit road, so he's had some issues. Don't know what happened to that 20 truck.
Checking back, he got loose out of 4 and was sliding all over the place trying to save it, and he got smacked in the rear by Kevin O'Brien, and he decided to cut for the grass to avoid the yellow coming right now, but his chances of a good day are over.
Top break there for the 20s. A lot of trucks having issues here early in this race. One truck not having issues. Marcus for the lead here off of 4. Going to bring Cheney with him. Bordeaux coming back into the picture in that 44.
Caressel got big time loose out of 4 and allowed Richardson to run, and now Caressel going to get absolutely freight trained by Richardson, Cheney, Bordeaux, and Mr. Beach. As Caressel now just trying to get back in line. Right now, David Shutt coming, but he's many laps down right now. Jordan Malish having another solid run right now in the number 6 spot.
A good run by Racer0940 on Twitch. You can check him out there if you want to race on board. Well, Marcus to the lead. That is another lead change here. We've had a pretty good amount here in the first couple of laps, especially after these caution pit stops. As I mentioned, Bobby Cheney out to second, Bordeaux. Marcus under attack, or Beach under attack from Nick Caressel. And here comes that lap truck of David Shutt. As Spaulding back on pit road there in the number 20. Clean racing going on for the most part. Both cautions coming out from somebody get loose. Wilms obviously still having spelling issues. Don't know how to spell people's last names apparently. There you see Jordan Malice, Justin Gable. There's the 93 in his debut tonight. Carl Graves running in the 8th position, doing a good job. There's Aaron Davis. He is a lap down in the 11th position. Gene Yates right there. Kevin O'Brien. Everybody else pretty much behind the wall with issues.
Only 10 trucks in the lead lap and about 12 trucks right now running thus far. It may become a race of attrition, perhaps, but now everyone looking like everyone gonna settle in now into a rhythm, as it looks like Cheney's under attack now for Bordeaux for the number 2 spot.
Riding on board with Bobby right now in the front straightaway as he tries to chase Marcus down. Bordeaux coming after him himself. Not able to make the move. As you can hear Bobby get right back to that throttle. Fighting that steering wheel though off of turn 2.
And that's the thing in here at Texas, turn 2. If that wall comes at you so fast, your tendency is to turn the wheel a little harder, but that'll make the truck get looser out of turn 2. So it's all about not getting the throttle picked up too quickly, especially on the longer runs, because that truck's gonna just drift up out of that seam, and then you're gonna go looking for that wall.
The last lap behind the top 3, all within about 2/100ths of a second of each other. Cheney being the fastest, Bordeaux, and then Marcus. So definitely you see it 3 trucks pretty even on the scoreboard.
That time by Cheney was about almost 100th quicker. Almost a 10th quicker, sorry, than Richardson. So he is coming on hard as they work out turn 2. We'll see if Cheney may make a run at him in free looking. Not yet. He may look to get a run on him here in 1, but he's going to lose a little ground.
Should say that Kevin Spalding is taking his truck behind the wall. So we are losing trucks left and right. So that's now some 7 trucks, I believe, that have gone behind the wall here out of the 19.
And most of them due to damage and wrecks, as Richardson gets a little squirrely. Cheney's got the run on him on the inside. And Richardson going to let him go. See if he can get in line ahead of Bordeaux, but Bordeaux's going to try and stick his nose in.
Oh, Marcus.
Marcus drifted down there hard, trying to stay ahead of Bordeaux. No, as Bobby Cheney is the new leader once again. See if Bordeaux can get to Richardson here out of 2. Not quite. He drifted up a little bit. Marcus going to hold on to 2nd.
Bordeaux with a whoa. Hold on, Derek. Hold on, Derek. Hold on, Horsey. A little too much voltage in his system there, and able to save it. Beach going to get a super run down to 3 in a battle of Frenchmen here. David Shutt back there in that 5th position. As mentioned, 4 laps down after having some blinker fluid issues. David trying to get some cautions here. Unfortunately, he's losing trucks left and right, and with that issue, well, let's face it, might not have many cautions left in this race. I believe we had 2 at Charlotte, if I remember correctly. We had 2 at Dover, and here we are at 2 right now as Marcus goes back to the front at the Texas Motor Speedway.
And Derek Bordeaux just got back by Beach for the number 3 spot down the back straight also, so 2 position changes in 1 lap.
Should mention back here is Jordan Malice, the 94 truck. He is the leader of the 2nd group. It's got Aaron Davis in there. He's a lap down. You got the 10 of Justin Gable back here. You got the 93 of Carl Graves. And then the 31 of Gene Yates racing at his home track, the Texas Motor Speedway. He's the last truck on the lead lap in the 10th position.
Actually, Kevin O'Brien is the last truck on the lead lap. He's spaced some 24 seconds behind the leader, Richardson.
And Gable's off track. He's mowing the grass on the front straightaway. As he's been in the outside wall, going to save it, devours the orange cone. And the Breaking Bad, obviously, truck breaking loose. but is able to save it. No caution on the speedway. We continue on.
Meanwhile, Beach has come back on Bordeaux. He's inside again for the first spot. Bordeaux trying to pinch him a little bit, but Beach gonna take third. Almost got the wall again. As the field comes back on the free, and Cheney may not be done yet with Richardson. Also, he was on him, but Richardson now starting to pull ahead a little bit.
Yeah, Marcus, you wonder if he was saving his tires just a little bit on that run as he starts to pull away in that blue deuce. Again, Marcus leading. It seems to be a tone that a lot of drivers out here are like, eh. But in case you didn't get to hear the broadcast, I believe it was last week or earlier this week, Marcus did mention that he has got a deal with One and Done Motorsports, same team you see Kyle Puts and those guys race for. He is going to attempt to go racing with the pros in the next few weeks or so. He's going to obviously start running races and try to get his pro license, and obviously well deserving of a talent to go for it. And we wish Marcus nothing but the best.
Definitely nothing but the best. Richardson, definitely one of the fastest guys out here on the iRacing service. Very, very difficult to beat. So as he looks to perhaps join fellow racer Justin Bolden, who we've seen out here on USRC a few times, and in some Nordgar races also. So be kind of cool to see two, I guess, USRC / SRA / Nordgar drivers in the NASCAR Racing Series, maybe.
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Marcus yet. Obviously going to offer him the best on our end, and then going to try to help him as much as we can to get him as ready. We want to see him succeed up there in that series. You see Bordeaux underneath Caressel. This is a battle for the 4th position as Nick going to fall back and Derek going to move up. So Shutt has gotten his way by both of them. So Shutt, one of the faster trucks actually on the track. But unfortunately, he is 4 laps down. But he's going to try to get it the hard way as Bobby Cheney comes back up on the rear end of Marcus Richardson. 113 laps to go here in Texas. And a good battle shaping up for the lead as Marcus gets a little hospital hop. Marcus way loose.
Loose is an understatement. That thing was pointing at the wall, and he hangs on, and he's actually got the better line on the inside of the chain, but that's going to allow Mr. Beach to come up, and now he's going to battle with Cheney for the number 2 spot. And David Shutt just lurking in the reeds, trying to get his lap back.
Well, this is really turning into a race now. The top 3 all within a couple tenths as you see Beach going to slide past Bobby. Bobby scrapes the wall, and I mean literally scrapes it.
So it's looking like the longer the run goes, the looser the trucks are starting to become, perhaps, especially if you burn the rear tires up. So turn 2 could be more like Calamity Corner than anything else, especially on the longer runs.
On board with Marcus here. Let's watch this out of turn 2. Hopefully you're watching on the stream. You're going to see this. Wow. He had to have been about 70% sideways.
So that thing was pointed at the wall, and he somehow saved it.
See for one more angle. There you see he starts to get loose. Really saves it. Look at that. There's a good angle. That's a save right there. And still holds on the lead, by the way.
Because it was actually a good job on Cheney's part to back off and not get into Richardson. Otherwise, that could have been a big disaster. As they have now, the leaders have just gone by Kevin O'Brien, so put O'Brien a lap down now. So 9 trucks on the lead lap.
Yeah, 9 trucks on the lead lap here. Still just a little over 100 laps to go, 109 to be exact here at Texas. As I told the drivers, next week we made the decision, Pops and I, we are going to take the week off from truck racing since we've ran 9 straight now. As of tonight, we have run 9 straight truck races, and we're going to take next week off because Gateway, unfortunately, not going to come to iRacing apparently anytime soon. As Beach going to go to the front. But with that said, going to take the week off and come back in 2 weeks to do some more truck racing. Questle about knocked the wall down. Beach going to go to the front. Wee to the front. Cheney going with him. Marcus might be saving those tires a little bit because he might have heated up that right rear a little too much.
A little too much, and from personal experience running a Cup car at Atlanta, you burn the rear tires off, you're going to be having a nightmare of a time on the long runs just to not crash the thing.
Yeah, Texas definitely one of those slick tracks. You see Shutt back there making another move, trying to get another lap back. But the next race will come October 9th at the Kentucky Speedway. So we'll go back-to-back mile-and-a-half tracks at the Kentucky Speedway, 225 miles in that race, 150-lap race coming up for you in 2 weeks.
Registered inside again at Cheney. He'll take seconds away. But talking about Kentucky, that is a bumpy track. That is one of the roughest tracks probably in the iRacing service. And it's not really banked that much, so you probably can see a lot of tight trucks out there, probably, and especially if it's run at night.
It is a night race, and it will be 150 laps on that 15-degree banked Kentucky Speedway. Now, that will be the final race also that we start at 8 o'clock, because after that race, I will be back to being done with coaching Little League football, and I'll be able to come out and be home here every night. And, well, I can broadcast the race live at about 7:40 or so. We'll go live and then get the race a little early so these guys can go do what they like to do and not start so late in the esports, at least starting at 8 o'clock. Which isn't too much later, but still, obviously, we're getting done 9:45, 10 o'clock in the evening instead of about 9:30. But either way, not many people complaining about it. It's been some great racing and been a lot of fun to watch this truck series presented by Outlaw Motorsports, of course, and being able to do these full-distance races has been a lot of fun. Would love to have some more drivers be a part of it, and I think that's a work in progress.
Bigger field, bigger the field, the better the racing usually is.
Let's take you through the field here in lap number 64. Mr. Beach, your leader, Marcus Richardson in second. Bobby Cheney in third. David Shutt fourth. Derek Bordeaux fifth. Let me correct myself. Derek Bordeaux fourth. Nick Carresso fifth. Jordan Malish, he is in the sixth position. He is way on back here. He's just getting on the back straightaway, so he's way behind. Seventh place, Gene Yates now. Carl Graves back in the eighth position. That 93 truck in his debut. Justin Gable, last car in the lead lap, in the ninth position as he gets loose off of turn two. Beach going in turn one now, but the rest of your field, Kevin O'Brien, Aaron Davis, David Shutt, Kevin Spalding, Moyer, Schwent, Pops, Garrett, McFarland, and Kress as Beach under attack. Marcus looking for the lead.
Marcus pretty much saved all his stuff up now. He's going to make another run at the front of Mr. Beach, looking inside. So you can get a corner on him. He does. As they go into turn one. And Beach will let him, looks like he'll let him go. As Richardson going back to the lead once again. As the field works out turn two.
And good pass by Marcus. Let's take a look at, I know usually do this at halftime or halfway, but look at this, 9 lead changes already here in this race. And we're only 65 laps in. So definitely been a lot of passing going on out here at Texas, and that's what this track is all about, is good green flag racing here, as we've had the 2 cautions for 7 laps. Right on the rear bumper of Marcus Richardson, looking back at Beach.
It almost makes me wonder if your truck will handle better if you get behind someone, because the feeling I'm getting is, right now, the way this race has turned out, you almost seem to be better behind the truck. Your truck may tighten up better and actually handle a little better, and you also get a little bit benefit of the draft than you are all by yourself, because if you're by yourself and you got a truck behind you, it's going to get a lot looser, sir, as you come out of the corners. So it makes me wonder if you're better being close behind the guy as their truck seemed to gets beat just hanging right there of Richardson.
I've had that experience before, and I won't disagree with it. It is a possibility. You get up right behind that truck, your truck will tighten up. You won't be as loose, and you can run right there. And if you get out there a few seconds behind, and all of a sudden you're on your own, that truck all of a sudden brakes on you. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, where'd that come from? You get confused because of just the aerodynamics on this truck.
And there's also less power than the Nationwide and the Cup cars, and of course the truck is not one of the best in terms of downforce compared to the Cup car. And you almost have to always adjust on the fly, especially on the longer runs.
Oh, absolutely. It's just something you have to do when you're racing any kind of car or truck, is you got to adjust. And obviously, you see the best always racing to the top of the field when it's all over with, because they just simply know how to adjust. But let's talk a little bit about what we got coming up for you here in the next few days or so. Tomorrow night, nothing really going to be happening, as obviously we covered high school football. Not going to get home until later in the evening. Saturday, going to come back, and we will run. And Wilms is going to smile when I say this, so will Schwint. Saturday afternoon at noon, we return for iRacing Fix. The NIAS series will be ran this coming Saturday at noon. We will run the series for you from Dover. We'll get that race out of the way, and then we'll come back that evening, and we will try to get the road race in for Sim Racing Authority. Not guaranteed on what time we're going to be home from an event that night. One thing that is guaranteed is we will have at least the truck race also presented, the WKND Knuckle Deep Truck Series race done that evening. So should be some racing coming up this weekend. Sunday, of course, the Truck Series live from Sim Racing Authority. So a lot of great racing coming up. Last night, obviously, I had some drivers Facebook me like, why didn't you race at Noble? And I didn't race last night because I actually had a football game to coach, and they had a deal worked out over there. It's part of their rules where you can have a driver, as long as he's not a pro driver and he's in that series, can race for you, and wherever he finishes, that's the points you get. And that's what I had one of the guys that raced with the 880 Motorsports filled in. Finished 10th, and because of that, I moved down to second in points by 8. So definitely want to say thank you to Doljean Boldrin for helping me out, and had a good run, and definitely was an interesting race. I got to see the last 20 laps of a wreckfest pretty much, but next week will be Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I am definitely feeling confident in that race.
Bobby Cheney looks to be struggling a bit right now. He was falling back through the field, and now he got passed by the lap truck of Schutt and Derek Bordeaux. So now Cheney falling back to the 4th spot. He must be struggling out there now, but he's behind Bordeaux now, so maybe that truck will be better for him, and he'll probably stay behind Bordeaux.
We are coming up on lap number 35 or so on this run, so we still looks like we could be seeing green flag pit stops here in the next 15 laps or so. And I'm seeing 2 more pit stops potentially out of these guys here tonight in these trucks as we come up to complete lap 75 and 167 here in the smoke-free 250 truck series done by Outlaw Motorsports here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Pretty much everyone being pretty well spread out. It'll probably allow everyone to get a better rhythm, even though the only one not spread out right now is Schutt, Bordeaux, and Cheney, as Bordeaux tries to get by Schutt and get him out of the way. But them being spread out like this will actually give him a better rhythm and feel for how the truck is going to be on the longer runs. Especially if this race goes green to the end, since we don't have that many trucks left out there, but never know. No, when a yellow could pop up at any point, especially here at Texas, especially if someone gets in the wall of 4 and they slide through the grass like Gable did twice earlier in the going in here tonight.
Hey, you see Nick Caressel back here in the 13 truck. He's running on his own in the 5th position, I believe. Just checking my screen here. He's in 5th in the 13 truck. So Nick doing a great job here. Is Bobby Cheney coming to pit road, lap 77.
Probably wore the tires off badly, and he knew he needed some tires now. So it looks like tires may be winning over fuel mileage.
So that'll be the first green flag pit stop of the day here, lap 78. You break that down, you go about 50 laps or so. That takes you to lap 128. And another 50 to lap 178. So at least another stop coming from Bobby Cheney here as he is on pit road. 4 tires, fuel for the 99. So Bobby going to come out a lap down as Marcus comes off turn 4. He's starting to stretch that lead on Meester Beach. As we are at lap 80, he's coming up on halfway here next couple laps.
Almost wonder if Cheney's call was a bit kind of a short pit deal, and see how those new tires are going to work for him. Him out by himself on new tires should be able to fly. And he might be able to eat up some of that distance unless somebody reads and figures out what he's doing. And maybe they'll try to pull the same thing.
Yeah, I think what you don't want to do, though, is pit too soon, and then all of a sudden when the guy pits, yeah, you might be ahead of him, and all of a sudden he blows you away, though.
And that's the thing about short pitting. You'll be better early on with the new tires, but once everyone comes out, you almost want to be begging for a yellow to even the odds.
I want to take the opportunity to send a shout out to our viewers here this evening. Dead Silent, not sure who you are. Appreciate you watching. Just Brunner, appreciate you watching. Also, Gene Yates watches us from on board his truck. Apparently, pops out here. Petrick in the house, of course. Ex Macy and Mr. Wilms getting ready to go to work because apparently he's got to work at night now. And then Zeph2G watching us this evening here in Texas. Marcus continuing to log laps off, number 82 in the books here. Next time by, we will be halfway here at the smoke-free 250 as Carl Graves on pit road, as Jordan Malish coming off pit road right now, but the 93 is in the pits. The Quaker Steak truck heading down to his pit stall. Four tires, fuel, the 93 still sitting there. So speeding on pit road or something, or maybe damage being fixed on that 93.
He got a lap earlier from Richardson, but maybe he is getting damage, but he's finally down the way now.
Yeah, it looks like damage repair for the 93. He's going to pull away and be at least one lap down, if not two, before this thing's all over with, or make that two, if not three down before the pit cycle is complete. Well, we're officially halfway, so let's take a look at our race analysis at the halfway mark. 10 lead changes so far in this race. 2 cautions, 7 laps. First caution coming out as Jason Garrett, losing on the apron, slides up into Douglas McFarland, and as Marcus comes out pit road, but Pop's drilling McFarland in both ending their day. And in the second caution, Moyer gets loose, misses Marcus, but goes up into the wall. And then, of course, Richard Schwitt came in and T-boned Darren and took them both out of the race. So that's your 2 cautions so far as Marcus is in his stall.
And it's looking more and more like tires are going to be winning out over fuel mileage at this rate. As Murchison comes in, now it's just going to see a question of where Bobby Cheney is.
Justin Gable, Aaron Davis, Derek Bordeaux on pit road as Marcus leaves. Let's look and see where Derek does come, or where Bobby comes out.
He's coming for 1 and 2 now.
And you see Bobby middle of the back straightaway, so obviously Marcus with a better intro and outro of the pit stall. And he's going to continue on with the lead once they cycle through. But Beach right now in the front. Caressel as Bordeaux is on pit road. Bordeaux leaves. Aaron Davis leaves. Leader right now still Mr. Beach as he is out on those tires as we got green flag pit stops here at lap 89.
Wondering if anyone is going to try to go all the way on fuel mileage and maybe risk those tires, as Beach is still continuing to log laps right now in front of the lap truck of Jordan Malish, who has a lot better tires. But I'm almost wondering if maybe him or Caressel or even Yates right now, because those are the only three that are still running out there right now and have not pitted yet, if they're going to try and see if they can make it to 50 to 55 laps on fuel, and maybe that might benefit them at the end of the race if this race stays green, because that's going to be the thing. If they stay green like this, still looks like Beach is going to come in. Beach is going to come in and he'll take his pit stop.
Yeah, Beach's going to come in along with Kevin O'Brien. So here comes the leader, 22. That should cycle close to back around. Caressel going to be the leader now at the 31 of Gene Yates in third. We'll see if Gene gets to the pits or not here. I don't see him coming in. He's just now on the back straightaway. And it appears that answer is no. So Yates is not pitted. He should assume that actually Caressel going to have the lead with Yates second. Here comes Caressel to pit road as Beach leaves.
And Richardson looking very good to really extend his lead as he is coming down the back straightaway, entering turn 3 right about now. And
As
Beach
looked like there's issues for Kevin O'Brien. I saw him way down the apron. Don't know what happened there.
He just came off of pit road. I wonder if maybe he got loose coming off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, if that's the case, not a good situation there. As Carressel's in, David Shutt on pit road 2. That'll hand the lead to Marcus Richardson, I believe. As Yates was on pit road just last time by, it'll be Marcus, and then Cheney should be second when it's all over with. Lap number 93 here complete. Gene Yates actually getting a bonus point, so he stays out and leads a lap now. So that 31.
And he just called he's going to this time.
So lock and load going to come to the pits, and that'll hand Marcus the lead officially now at lap number 93 of 167 here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Tell you what, we might be shaping up for another 2-caution race here, Brett.
Especially with the amount of trucks that are left here and how spread out the field is right now. It could be definitely that possibility of being just only a 2-yellow race. And looking at the top 5 in terms of pit stops, really the big loser is probably Mr. Beach. He came in, he was second behind Richardson, fairly close to him. But I don't know if he didn't have a good entry or exit or what, but he is now in 4th, 5 seconds behind Marcus Richardson. So Beach kind of really the big loser after it is all said and done.
Yeah, not a good stop for the Frenchman as he is there in the 4th position. Richardson leading, Cheney, Bordeaux, Beach, and Caressel, your top 5. Malish, Yates, Gable, Davis, and Graves, your top 10 here at lap number 96 of 167 at Texas.
This is the only potential battle could be for the number 2 spot. As Bobby Cheney, who pitted first, might be starting to show the effect of those tires starting to wear on him as Derek Bordeaux has eaten into his gap as he ran almost 3/10 quicker here on that last side, because he is now all over the back of Cheney. And he's going to go inside into turn 3 for second. And Derek Bordeaux, who struggled early on this race, will now take the second spot and try, quote, try to catch Marcus Richardson.
He's going to do his best, and nice pass there by the 44 to get by the 99. And Derek Bordeaux up to the second position here at Texas. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule coming up for the Truck Series and by Outlaw Motorsports. Again, next week we will take the weekend off going into October. October 2nd going to be off, and then following that, the Kentucky 225 at, again, the Kentucky Speedway. And then following that, we will go back to road course race number 2. This is right up your alley, Brett. And for the first time ever, and as far as I know, it's never been done in iRacing, as far as I can remember. I could be wrong. But we will be road racing at Watkins Glen, not on the traditional Watkins Glen track. We will be on the boot of Watkins Glen. And that'll be a very interesting race. 47 laps, 160 miles for the first time ever. You'll see the trucks on the big old Watkins Glen track coming up in 3 weeks. And then Iowa Speedway following that. And then the Atlanta 250 on October 30th, Halloween Eve.
Watkins Glen International, the old style, the way that as some people, including myself, say the NASCAR should run, because it's actually, a pure road course compared to the normal Cup version. And that's going to be definitely interesting for a lot of these races. I think some of them haven't really run the boot version that much, or the older school version of the track. And maybe they may do some little bit promoting as.
Who's that in the wall? The 93.
That was Carl Graves in the wall, trying to get away, not get run over or something, or trying to drift up on him. But that Watkins Glen track is definitely a lot more technical, a lot more pure road course than what the Cup version claimed is a road course, when really just a few turns at a little S. But that'll be definitely interesting to see how that'll go, as it looks like now Beach is all over the back of Cheney for the third position, as those tires are really starting to go away on Bobby Cheney, and it's going to be a matter of time, I think, before Beach gets by him.
Yeah, Beach going to look to the bottom side here, coming out of turn 4, not going to be able to get the run there, but actually a little sneak peek of next week, the B car going to be on that traditional Watkins Glen race, the short fast version with the inner loop, and that'll be the track for this coming Tuesday night. As Bobby gets way loose in turn 2, was able to hold on to her. Bobby's tires, he is struggling there, but yeah, Tuesday night, Watkins Glen for the B car, as they will run again on the regular 2.45 mile circuit.
That'd be kind of an interesting opportunity for people watching, and even some of the drivers who do double duty and run the B series and the Truck Series, to get a good taste of what both road courses are. And heck, maybe viewers out there can maybe figure out which version would be better. Maybe we can convince Brian France to run the inner loop version. I doubt he doesn't listen more for lick.
Wow. Well, Marcus Richardson, he is the leader. He's led the most laps here tonight as he starts to come up on Jordan Malish, who is the 6th place truck. If he can get around him, that'll put him a lap down, as we've had a long green flag run of some 70 laps now here, as we have 62 laps to go in the drug-free 250, as Kevin O'Brien on pit road, an unscheduled pit stop in the 84. And you see Jordan going a lap down the point standings, really starting to gap out a lot here. As we look, Marcus Richardson leading the points by 32 over James Williams, who, well, is watching us tonight. David Shutt, 33 back in third. He'll jump to second, and then it's another 30 points back to Jordan Malish, who's fourth in points, some 66 back. Steve Dixon fifth, Richard Schwint, Bobby Cheney, Caressel, and Yates. Now, there will be drops involved in this series. We will institute those drops later on in the season after we decide on an amount and also when we'll do that. And, of course, we'll do it well enough to where people can figure out who's in the running of a championship and who's not. But when you have 4 wins in the first 8 races like Marcus does, obviously it's going to be tough to beat him.
Marcus looking like Jeff Gordon 1998 or John Force in NHRA 1993, just pretty much pure domination of the series thus far. Even if with the drops, when potentially could be applied, he'll probably still have a pretty big margin as he's just strutting his stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned that 98 Jeff Gordon season. He won 13 races that year, including 4 in a row at one part. And I believe that 4 in a row started early in the season as he was able to win, if I remember correctly, won Rockingham, Vegas, Atlanta, and Bristol. I want to say all back-to-back, and that's kind of what kicked it off. I could be wrong, but I believe that's where it was. And Gable's in the grass again. And he's able to save it yet again.
And Bobby Cheney is back on pit road as I was looking for Gable flying through the grass.
And let's see, Gable, that should be... Wow, Cheney's way short now. He's pitting only about 35 laps or so on those tires. Lap 109, he was last in at lap 78. So 32 laps on a tank and tires here, so Cheney struggling.
Must be wearing him out a lot harder than all the other guys are, and he's probably at the pit.
Okay,
maybe one more time at the very least.
And that could be, you know what, that could be a strategy on Bobby's end. He could come out here now and just save fuel and just save those tires and try to make that his last pit stop. We'll have to see, but meanwhile, Marcus is just absolutely gone.
Well, we've seen Cheney before saving fuel, as many that you saw on the Tuesday night race. Him cutting the engine, saving fuel, and probably saving those tires, but still going to be a real tall order for Bobby Cheney to get back up there, especially if he keeps wearing the tires out like he has been.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him. 111 laps here as we are coming up on 50 laps to go from the Texas Motor Speedway. And a battle for second starting to shape up here. The two Frenchmen, Mr. Beach, Derek Bordeaux, going to battle it out here. The 22 and 44. Beach stretching it just a little bit off a 2. Good run there.
Justin Gable caught the wall a little bit out too. Was bouncing off of it a little bit, but he's back underway now.
And you see Beach and Bordeaux coming up on Jordan Malish. Going to put him a lap down. Caressel some 13 seconds back of this battle in the 4th position. Aaron Davis has worked his way back up to 6th, so he's the 2nd truck now lap down. He's got to get up to Malish to have a chance here to get that lucky dog position. Cheney in the 7th position now. As Kevin O'Brien almost loses it, looked like there on the back straightaway. He's able to hold on to it, slides kind of up towards Beach, but keeps it down and lets those lead trucks go by. And O'Brien just trying to ride and bide his time here.
Definitely struggling. All of his issues have come out, it seems like, out of turn 2. I don't know if it's just turning it too much or maybe catch the apron or something, but he is struggling out there, but at least he's hanging on to it.
Now you see Cheney has gotten by Caressel, and he starts to pull away now. Into 99, again, Bobby pitting. He is 7th, 1 lap down right now. Last lap by Bobby running 30.7s. He is 2 tenths faster than anyone else on the track except David Schutt, who ran a 30.8 last time by. So Bobby definitely showing he is the fastest truck with these new tires.
But again, it's definitely is a strategy call, or he's just wearing those tires out a lot worse than the other drivers have been. So it's going to be interesting to see how, I have to say, you know, after this race of what could he have maybe done better to maybe not wear the tires out, or this, like you mentioned, maybe a strategy call. We'll see as it goes on.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried about somebody going 58 laps or so on a tank of fuel at this track, no matter how much you slow up. But if anyone can do it, that's the guy, Bobby Janey. And the other guy would be Richard Schwint. But Richard's not here. Leave a message at the beep.
Derek Bordeaux coming in now for his second stop under this green flag run.
Ooh, he had to check up hard there as he got to the line, but Bordeaux in there does a great job here as he gets to pit road. Let's time him going into his pit stall and see what he can do here. As the 44 comes down into his pit stall, as he was the outside pole sitter. Stall number 2 is his. Hits that stall and he slides past it. That's going to hurt him. 4 tires and fuel for the Voltage Mountain Dew number 44. Oh, 2 tires.
Wow, 2 tires only on that one. That's a strategy call.
See if those left side tires can go 100 laps. We're going to find out really quickly here. We'll have to check on the lap times as Gable goes off the track again, but able to save it. Marcus leading another lap. Believe it or not, Beach actually 2/10 faster that time by. Make that a 10th now faster than Marcus. Caressel even faster. So Marcus might be slowing up just a little bit.
Probably just saving up his stub a little bit.
Which is definitely something he could be doing right now, is saving his tires, trying to get to the latest pit stop possible, get in there, get the 4 tires, and be able to dig to the finish.
But I think right now the truck to keep an eye on will definitely be Bordeaux, because he only took 2 tires. And you have to wonder if he'll be able to hang on with those 2 tires, especially the left sides. I'm wondering if that truck's going to get a lot looser on the longer run with those more worn out left side tires, and if that's going to benefit him and maybe catch up to Marcus.
Aaron Davis taking his 32 truck behind the wall, so Aaron will finish, it looks like, no worse than 12th in this race. But last lap by Bordeaux was the fastest. So those 2 tires at least paying off right now, at least. And Gene Yates bringing a 31 on pit road for a scheduled stop. The lock and load truck, Texas native, trying to get himself a solid finish here. Right side tires for Yates.
That's 2 of them now with right side tires, and you have to wonder if what's going to be going for Richardson's mind now and Mr. Beach's mind now. If these guys taking 2 tires, will they do the same thing and try and counter that and stay up in their positions?
If I'm Marcus, I don't change a thing. You're so far ahead. Take 4, and if you fall back to second or whatever, just use those 4 tires and go past them. As Caresso's on pit road in the 30 or in the 13. Now let's see what Nick does here. If he does 2 tires, that really will make this interesting. His Shutt's on pit road too. Right side tire's going on. He is going 4.
Because them 2 tires might not be worth the risk for Caressel.
No, not at all at the run. He's at David Shutt in his pit stall. Going to get 4 tires and fuel, I would think. Shutt just trying to get the best finish possible in that 24. As Carl Graves comes down pit road, 4 tires and fuel for Shutt as the 93 is in. Carl in his debut race here at United Sim Racing Championship in the 9th position. He is 3 laps down currently. And I'm guessing he's getting damage fixed again because he's sitting on pit road again. Jordan Malish on pit road, the 94 in. Jordan, a top 5 run right now in the 5th position.
And if I would bet, knowing Jordan, he'll probably take 4.
Finally, Graves pulling out of his pit. Apparently, Richard Schwint's pit crew helping Graves out tonight. 4 tires fuel, Jordan's gone. As Mark is still yet to come to pit road.
And the gap between him and Beach has been hovering around 3, maybe 3.2 seconds. So they've been pretty even so far. All right, Beach not letting him get away too much. So definitely come down the strategy on this pit stop here for the next long run.
Fastest truck on the track that time by Caressel at 30.529 with those fresh tires. Actually, take that back. A 4.44 from Shutt, a pole sitter. You see Marcus still out there on his own. He's got a pretty big lead. You mentioned 3.4 seconds back to Beach. And then Bordeaux there in the 3rd position. Bobby Cheney 4th. And Caressel your top 5 as we wait on Marcus to get the pit road.
One of he's going to try and stay out there as long as he can and make those guys wear out those right side tires. So when he does come in and take his 4 tires, he'll just eat them for lunch.
Well, exactly, and then they'll be on the 2 tires, so that's why I'm saying Marcus is so far ahead. He should be able to just take 4 and get out there in the lead. And you see Marquez coming up on Gene Yates, the 8th place truck, going to put him in a lap down. So this green flag run has now gone over 100 laps straight. And for the 3rd straight week, looking at a race of only 2 cautions, which is definitely interesting. And of course, you can say the smaller field is playing a role in that, but well, been some entertaining racing throughout. As we look, there's Bordeaux. He is starting to catch Beach, so Beach is going to need to hit pit road too, or else you can see Derek jump Beach and move up to 2nd here when this is all over with. That battle's not over with.
Yeah, indeed, and we're on lap 134. We're almost going to come up on 30 laps to go. You gotta wonder, especially for like Cheney and maybe some of the other guys who pitted earlier, if they're going to start saving, or they're going to just take their lumps and come in one more time. And it sounds like Marcus Richardson might be pitting, or no, actually he was just went by Yates there to put him a lap down, another lap down, sorry. So misread on my part there.
Well, as we hit the 200-mile mark right now, so 50 miles to go in the, again, drug-free 250 here, the United Sim Racing Championship Truck Series and by Outlaw Motorsports. Of course, here for Racers Only TV. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast so far tonight. We do request that you hit that follow button down below if you're brand new to our channel. And, of course, you can join us each and every night that we are racing here on For Racers Only TV. Mark is still out there on that track. When is he coming? When is Beach coming to pit road? We will find out. I'll say this, Bordeaux is still 2-3 tenths faster than Marcus. He is about a half a second faster than Beach. Cheney's still faster than the leaders. Caressel faster than the leaders. So definitely a lot of faster trucks here with these trucks staying out. But in the end, these other trucks that when they pit will become faster.
And then become faster as the laps now start to wind down. As we are now going to be coming up less than 30 laps to go.
Yeah, I think Marcus is going to pit this time by because he's letting Yates go on the outside so that there's no one else behind him. So Marcus is going to check it up here. Let's see. No, he lets Yates. No, he's coming right now. Here he comes. A true truck in. Just misses the cone. Wow, he dug it in there deep.
Trying to get everything he can here. Now it's probably going to take 4 tires, and it's going to be see as Bordeaux just flashed by.
Here we go. Marcus in a stall. Going to get 4 tires, maybe 2. I think 4 is the right decision here. He is going to take 4. And he's gone. Justin Gable also coming down pit road. So Mr. Beach becomes the leader here.
And Bordeaux has gotten by Marcus Richardson. And he is coming out of turn 2 now. Coming out of turn 2 now. So he's got the fresher tires, but Bordeaux has gotten by.
Now the thing about this, and I need to see once everybody cycles through, is I think Bordeaux unlapped himself right there to get by Marcus. So I think that's the distance now between Marcus and Bordeaux. Oh, no, Bordeaux is past Marcus. So, with that said, with 26 laps to go, Derek Bordeaux is in shape to become the leader here. Once Beach pits.
Which is right now. Here comes Beach.
Unbelievable. And Beach comes in hot. Well, I have to keep track of speeds at the line here because this is really going to get interesting now. That time by, Marcus 6 tenths faster than Derek Bordeaux. And Beach going to pull away. 4 tires and fuel. Marcus just coming through the quad oval right now, going into turn 1. So Marcus will easily be second. You see Derek Bordeaux coming off turn 2. Marcus stalking him. About a 3/4 of a straightaway back. That time by Bordeaux about 6 tenths slower again than Marcus.
Actually, that same strat, and actually Bobby Cheney has, I believe, moved up to the 3rd spot. Yes, he has gotten by Beach, so Beach again losing 2 positions on pit stops. He's got 4 tires, and Bobby Cheney's on old tires, so he should be able to run him down easily. As now you could say the race is on now if Richardson can catch Bordeaux.
And if Beach can catch Bobby for 3rd, so we'll see if this tire strategy works out. Caressel rounding out your top 5 as Bordeaux leads another lap, 24 to go. The worst thing that could happen to Derek is a caution flag. Marcus about 3.2 seconds back. Cheney 7.5 back. And then Beach about 9.4 back.
Bordeaux that time 30.960. Richardson 30.78.
Wow,
So that was
2 tenths. Good lap by Derek.
trying to hold on as long as he can and see if maybe Richardson's tires will wear out on him and he'll even out in terms of speed. The gap now is 2.9 seconds.
Don't look now, but Beach at 30.368 just ran his fastest lap of the race. That's at lap 144. 31.0 for Derek. 30.7 for Marcus. So 4 tenths there. It's going to get close here.
And Mr. Beach has gotten by Cheney for the first spot. So he's now clear and green. He now to try to catch Richardson, but he's pretty far back. So it looks like third place might be in the cards for Mr. Beach as of right now. And the only battle to decide now is how long Bordeaux can hang on.
Yeah, Bobby might be in a saving fuel mode right now to try to make it to the finish. Bobby that time by a 31.5, so he's definitely saving some fuel. Here we are, 20 laps to go from Texas. Your race analysis, 16 lead changes, 2 cautions, 7 caution laps in this race. Marcus Richardson leading the most laps in Bordeaux, trying to steal one away from your point leader Marcus, who's looking to win his 5th race in 9 races. And the lead, 1.6 seconds now as Bordeaux gets way loose. Holds on to it.
That isn't going to help.
I'm starting to hear the jaws theme playing in my ears.
Like a hammerhead shark or great white. And actually, Bordeaux coming up on lap traffic of Kevin O'Brien and Gene Yates. So if he can get by these guys quickly, he can at least delay Marcus catch him for at least a little longer.
Bordeaux way loose. Here comes Marcus. He's got the run down the straightaway. And Marcus is going to drive right by that 44. New leader. Again, looking to pick up win number 5 in 9 starts this season. And you wonder how he's got, as O'Brien's up in the wall, letting these guys by. At this rate, Marcus is going to have a pretty big lead. I mean, he'll gain about probably 9 or 10 points on David Shutt tonight. That lead could be well 1 race in hand. That drop week wouldn't mean anything.
No, the way Richardson's been running in this season, he can almost like just be on cruise control, but the way he's been running, he'll probably try to win as many races as he can.
Yeah, and who knows in the end how many races he might miss down the road too. So that could be playing a role here. Looking over at the stats right now, Marcus Richardson, he's got 5 wins in the JTT series. Actually, his three-race win streak were broken on Tuesday night at Charlotte, as he's got 5 wins over there, looking for 5 here. That's 10 wins if he can get to the checkered flag tonight in a matter of the first 9 weeks of this season.
And that's just amazing to how well he can adapt to different vehicles, because Nationwide and the truck vehicles are 2 different ways of driving, and even the Cup car too. He just has this ability to be able to adapt to any vehicle out here on these ovals, and at the front or right at the front, running with some of the best out here. So Marcus Richardson is pretty much one of the best out here.
Now, is he the fastest out here? Nah, not on the last lap. Mr. Beach, 30.819. And don't look now, he is going to catch Bordeaux for second. And maybe a shot at Marcus. Let's see. This time by 31.0 for Marcus. 30.7 for Beach.
And he's about 3.9 seconds back of Richardson, but about to come up on about 11 to go. That's a little bit of a taller order, I think, for Beach, but you never know, though.
Well, one thing that could be happening is David Schutt's pretty fast in front of him at 24, and he could be getting a little tow. Let's see, Marcus 30.9, 30.7 again for Beach. So, again, Beach faster. I don't think it's going to be enough time, but you just never know.
And there's no real lap back for Marcus to worry about. The only one out in front of him is Carl Graves. He just went by the start-finish line, so he's a good distance ahead. So right now, Richardson's got clear track in front of him. And we got a little pack forming up here with Yates, Bordeaux, Schutt, and Mr. Beach. And Yates is going to let them go.
And Schutt is all over Bordeaux.
Things might get a little hairy here.
Well, obviously Bordeaux, I think he's going to let him go, realizing, well, you guys got fresher tires than I do. Whoa. And there goes Beach on his way into second. Now Schutt probably going to let Beach go and see if he can chase Marcus down. That time by Beach still faster than Marcus, passing people.
He's got around Schutt, so now it's pretty much mono and mono now. If Beach can catch him, I don't think he's going to do it. Right now it's 3.55 free seconds. Richardson, we'll see as he comes by here what his lap time is. 30.8. 30.9 for Beach. He was inside of Schutt earlier.
Yeah, obviously that played a little role in slowing him down just a little bit, but Beach going to get back in that rhythm. We'll be able to see on this lap here how fast that 22 really is. As Bordeaux in the 3rd position, looking like he's going to be okay. Bobby Janey looks like he's going to be set for 4th, and Carresso going to be set for 5th. Jordan Malish in 6th, Gene Yates in 7th. Gable, Schutt, and Graves, your top 10. Beach faster again, but only a half a tenth. Our upcoming schedule for the rest of the week here on Races Only TV. Again, tomorrow night going to take it off because of the high school football that I cover and stuff. And then Saturday we'll be here at noon for the NIS race from Dover. We'll be running that. And then Saturday night we'll have the coverage of the SRA race, and it'll be either the trucks or both the road course and the trucks. We'll have that for you Saturday night. And then Sunday, the Truck Series live from SRA, the WKND Knuckle Deep Truck Series. Should be a lot of fun. So that's your next couple days of racing here. And for Races Only TV, again, the Truck Series off next week. We'll return October 9th at the Kentucky Speedway. So they'll get a break here after tonight's race here at Texas. 5 laps to go. Marcus at 30.7. He's definitely saved his tires a little bit and is now fastest truck on the track.
And he's faster again that last... Actually, no, Beach was a couple tenths quicker that time, but...
I think the lap truck played a role there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Carl Graves there. But I think now Marcus doing what Lewis Hamilton did at Singapore is pretty much hammer time. And he's going to try and leg this one out and looking good here to win his 5th race of the year.
3 laps to go. Beach still about 3.3 back. And looks like really no close battles on the track as we cycle through the field here real quickly. Any positional battles. Russell and Gable, that is not for position. Here's Jordan Malish in the 6th position out here on his own. And Marcus the next truck through, so 2 laps to go. And one truck sputtering. Kevin O'Brien. As Marcus takes the white flag, final lap is out. Well, he's got 5 wins in the JTT Series, and now he's got 5 wins in the Truck Series as Marcus Richardson wins in Texas. And spins it out in style. Beach going to come home 2nd, Bordeaux in 3rd, Cheney going to come home 4th, Caressel 5th as Gable goes spinning down pit road. And shutting of hours, Beach. Let's go down and talk to our leader, or our winner. Of course, I got to go over to the other channel and talk to him. I'll be back, Brett.
C-Shot, you should get a bad internet that fucking blinks you out.
Channel switched. User was moved to your channel.
Marcus Richardson, congratulations, win number 5.
Yeah, I think it glitched after the race for whatever reason, as I'm 5th, but it was a pretty tough setup to drive. It was really loose, so, well, it was a little bit of both, actually, but after the long green run, I just decided to try and save my rear tires, and it ended up paying off for me.
Well, he definitely got a lot of speed, and obviously a fan of those long-distance races. And for the 3rd straight race, a 2-caution race, and it seems like they happen early, and then all of a sudden it's that long green flag run to the finish.
Yeah, it's more prone to happen really early when everybody's bunched up around each other and checking up for people, and just sometimes you just spin out, but yeah, I mean, everybody around here, for the most part, was really, really good. It sucks what happened to Shuddy. I think his internet dropped out, and he ended up finishing 9th.
Well, congratulations. Send a shout-out whoever you'd like to.
I'd like to thank everybody at One and Done Motorsports, you for putting this on, and Beach and Derek there for keeping me honest. That was a lot of fun. And, yeah, and then I don't really know what's going on with the scoring, but I know I didn't finish 5th.
We'll take care of it. Good, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
User was
And
moved
Beach
out of
going to
your
finish
channel.
2nd, so let's go get... Is Beach not here? Okay, I guess we know Beach. Interesting. Beach not on TeamSpeak. We'll go over here and talk to Beach, I guess. And Beach left his channel. I guess I'm not talking to Beach. Alright, let's talk to Derek. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Derek finished 2nd. Okay.
User was moved to your channel.
Derek, my friend, got a copy.
Yeah, 10-4.
A good run for you, Derek. 3rd place finish for the 44. Obviously some strategy there, and Unfortunately, those fresh tires ate you alive, but still a good run.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. When I told you the first, when you on the pace app, that the first thing I wanted to do is keep her off the wall. Well, it didn't succeed because I hit the wall coming out of the first turn in the race. Hit those like bumps coming out too. But oh well, salvaged a third place finish. Pretty happy of my performance. I thought I had a good strategy going on. I don't know if Marcus took 2 or 4 there on that last pit stop, but he did a good job keeping his cool and not spinning out, which is pretty easy to do if in these things when you like push it harder the first few laps. Your tire gets overheat, and you kind of get your back end really loose.
Well, nice job in the 44. Send a shout out whoever you'd like to.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to you, all the guys at SRA, and David Fish for the sick paint.
Well, nice job, Beach. Nice job to you, Bordeaux. I'm going to go talk to Beach now.
Yeah, therefore, thank you.
All right, nice job. They're going to go back up there.
User was moved out of your channel.
Let's see if I can get Beach to talk.
User was moved to your channel.
Beach.
User was moved out of your channel.
Beach bailed on me. Alright, I guess Beach don't want to talk. Beach not happy. Or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. If I'm watching, need okay. Just kind of giving it a second here to see if Beach is going to come back and talk, but he goes back up to the other channel, I guess. Okay. Let me check here for a second. I can't type either. Well, here's while we see what happens with Beach. We'll take a look at our finishing results here. Beach, it says he's the winner, but actually it is Marcus Richardson getting the win. Beach going to finish second, Bordeaux third,
Hey,
Cheney
wake
fourth.
up.
All right.
User was moved to your channel.
You copy?
I got you, Beach. Congratulations, your second place finish.
Thank you, bud. I'm exhausted.
Exhausted. It was only 250 miles. Not enough.
I'm sweaty.
I'm sweaty. You got an air conditioner, right?
No.
No. Okay. Well, nice run. Send a shout out whoever you'd like to, man.
I give a shout out to SRI boys and to you to broadcast the race. It's awesome.
Sick.
Nice race, though.
Absolutely, Beach. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
User left your channel.
Beach, not a man of many words.
Error.
So, all right, let's go back to what we were doing here. Let's see. Malice finishing 6th, Yates, Gable, Shutt, Carl Graves, your top 10. And then O'Brien, Davis, Spalding, Moyer, Schwint, Pops, Garrett, McFarland, and Kresher, 19 finishers in this race. I'll go get the points updated. Appreciate Brett as I jump back over to the other channel here.
Disconnected.
Brett, great job, and talk about that race. I mean, obviously, that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, especially early on with all the action that was going on. And then the strategy part kind of played it well for Bordeaux. I was surprised that they went for 2 tires on the long run as it was. But it was definitely an interesting race all around, and the drivers were pretty good for the most part with turn 2. Some of them may have gotten the wall just getting out of the way of the leaders. But it was a pretty good race all around, and again, Marcus Richardson just strutting his stuff right now, and it's going to be difficult for anyone to beat him at this rate in either series, the JTT series or the Truck series.
Yeah, he's definitely looking pretty good and looking pretty dominant so far in this season. But, well, we'll take the week off here, and we'll get ready for Watkins Glen. We're going to see you in a truck at Watkins Glen since you like road racing.
I don't know if you'll see me in the truck. I'll definitely be out there in the Northern Ontario Curling Association Camaro that I debuted earlier this week at Charlotte. I'll be in that series, but I hadn't had any real desire to run the truck series rescheduled that much, even with the full distance race, even though it is on a road course. But I haven't really had any much desire to run the full length truck races.
All right, well, no problem. And with that being said, we appreciate your effort tonight helping us out, and we'll see you in a couple. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah, take care, Scout, and thanks everyone for watching on USRC and First Only TV.
Absolutely appreciate Brett doing what he does, of course, helping us out this evening. Appreciate all the viewers watching us here this evening on For Racers Only TV, as I'm actually stalling because I'm actually doing the standings right now as we are talking to each other. That looks all right. There we go. Points should be up to date now, and let's see, looking at your point standings, wow, and this is going to make a difference. Richardson's point lead now 38 over David Shutt, so not quite a full race. Jordan Malish moves up to third in points, 69 behind. James Williams fourth. Richard Schwent your top 5 with Cheney, Caressel, Dixon, Yates, and O'Brien your top 10 in the point standings, leaving Texas Motor Speedway again. Next week going to have off. Going to scrap the Gateway race because there's no Gateway, and from there we will move on to race at the Kentucky Speedway coming up here next week. Again, appreciate you guys for watching us this evening. And with that said, enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. The SRA boys, I got you guys covered this week, and we'll get that truck race from Charlotte from Sunday. We'll get that race on for you guys this weekend. And then also we'll get the Sunday race we'll be able to do live because I'm running the NIS race Saturday afternoon. So I'll do Sunday's truck race live and then come back and have some fun this week. So enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Later.